صل على نبيك دائما في هذه الدنيا وبعث ثاني. يا رب صل على نبيك دائما في هذه الدنيا وبعث ثاني.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers of MTA Africa. Welcome to another episode of the program Islam Light to Africa, coming to you from Amri Abeid Studios, Tanzania. In this program, we are looking at the challenges facing the African societies, the way those challenges affect them, and the Islamic injunction on the way we can go about to solve those challenges. In our today's session, we'll be discussing about a challenge of joblessness. With me in the studio today for this discussion, I have two missionaries from the Tanzanian Jamaat. First, I have Sheikh Asif Mahmoud Bati. Assalamu alaikum. And next to him is some familiar face, Sheikh Shaban Athmani Shunda. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Today, we'll be looking at joblessness. And as it's happening all over the world, Africa is not exceptional. We have this problem of joblessness. How does this affect us, or affect these youth, or affect these nations with people who are jobless or people who are not working? Shesai.
Thank you very much. First of all, I would like to thank for inviting me in this program. In fact, unemployment is a current global challenge, and its repercussions leave no one indifferent, especially nowadays as we are going through in a very difficult times where the disease of corona has spread all over the pandemic. And definitely it is going to affect the economy of the whole world. But right now we are talking about the joblessness or unemployment in the Africa. Undoubtedly and regrettably, Africa has the most unemployment rate in the world. With 200 million people aged between 15 and 24, Africa has the largest population of young people in the world. So that is a fact. And the bitter fact and reality is that most of the youth, they do not have jobs. They do not have work. They do not have anything to earn or to meet their daily expenditures. So the negative effects of joblessness or unemployment, they are huge, they are big. The first and the foremost negative effect of joblessness or unemployment is desperation and waywardness. And another implication of youth employment is also involvement in antisocial activities and offenses. And when I say antisocial activities and offenses, they include prostitution, sex slavery, rape, abduction, murder, drug trafficking, and a lot more. And negative effects of unemployment for youth does not affect the youth only. At the end of the day, it is going to affect the economy of that particular country, or you can say region. Because when there is lawlessness, when there are crimes, so you are not going to find any investors, or no one will show interest to come to invest in your country due to these crimes and antisocial activities. So you can say the negative effects of the unemployment for youth, they are very, very huge, and even the country can face.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Saib. So if the youth are not working and they are causing these maybe they are being used, I can say like you say, they are being used. It means that the country will also experience their presence. If they are used by the politicians,
that's
strikes,
totally, yeah, that's totally right. Because an educated person, a person who is well versed,
and has a job.
he definitely will use his conscience. He will definitely use his knowledge that what's wrong and what's right. So he is not going to indulge in such activities of killing or crimes or such bad activities. So he will be away from all these kinds. But the people who has no money, at the end of the day, he knows I have someone in home to feed him. So he will use any kind of act to earn some kind of money. So even our Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam once said, Kadal fakru kufran. The poverty, the joblessness, or you can say unemployment, it may, you can say, in disbelief. Then you can indulge in such kind of activities which will make you go away from the teachings from the God Almighty. We must remember the slogan which we Ahmadis have been given by the second Caliph.
Yes.
A nation can't be, you can say, reformed under the reformation of the youth. So he has put so much emphasis on the reformation of the youth to make them utilize in the good manner, to give them or look for them the work and the job so they can be used in the right and good manner.
So they're saying that the youth is backbone of the country.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. But we have another group of people who are unemployed. Okay, they are educated, but they are looking for a certain job. So they are staying unemployed until they find that job. What's your take on this?
I can give them advice of the second Khalifa, Hadrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad radiallahu anhu. He said that we know we're having these problems that any person who reaches university he's looking for a job according to his degree, or a job which he cannot be embarrassed about if we...
A job which goes with the status.
Yes, according to his status. He says that everybody has to do a job to earn something, even if it's not to his rank. I know that is among of the rules of Tahrik Jadid. Somebody has to do something. Even he gave an example that even if somebody has to go and sweep in a street, he has to do it because it is good for him. So for those who are looking for the job of his dream, they are saying that a dreaming job, we know that everybody, you have your necessary requirements, so you have to fulfill them in any way. So you have to do something in order to earn halal income. You can say that every Muslim has to do something, because we know that Muslims are required to do something so that they can contribute. Monetary contribution is there. So if you know that you are having this responsibility on you, you have to do something so that you can give in the way of Allah. We can insert the incidents of companions of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some of them, we know that they were having money, they were rich, but some of them, they are very poor. We know that when the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was announcing for monetary contribution, some of them they went to the farms and they irrigate some people crops all the day, all night, so that they can give something in the way of Allah. So this also, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam appreciated it a lot. I know even Hazrat Khalifatul Masih al-Hamis Sayyidahullah Ta'ala bin Nasir Aziz, in his series of the companions of Badr, incited this example that some of them, they are going to do labor in the markets to carry luggages of people so that they can get something to give to the way of Allah. So Muslims are not meant to sit idle. They have to do something. So for the Muslims youth, especially Ahmadis, they have to do something. Handwork. If you're having any skills, you can portray them out and earn something from them. I can insert one example of the one young man who wanted to join Ahmadiyya. So this mullahs was scaring him that you are going there, you have to give many chandas. They are telling him there is Tariq Jadid, do you know it? There is Chandam, do you know it? There is Wasia, do you know it? So he told them that I'm going there. If there is this chanda, they'll make me work more to earn money. They will not make me lazy. So this is what we have to do.
And just I want to increase a point here.
Yeah, sure, sir.
There is a saying which says Rome was not built in a day. The people who are looking for their dream job, they have to start somewhere. Slowly and steady wins the race. You have to start somewhere. And if you put your heart out, or if you try your level best, definitely at the end of your journey, you will get to your dream job. We must remember, there is always a light at the end of every tunnel. So every effort, whatever you try, definitely you are going to succeed something. Definitely you are going to find something.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Saibwa, for those clarification on the question I just asked. But right now, let's go and watch a documentary that was prepared talking about the joblessness in Africa. So let's go and watch it.
Unemployment is a term referring to individuals who are employable and seeking a job but are unable to find a job. Furthermore, it is those people in the workforce or pool of people who are available for work that does not have an appropriate job. In Africa, where it is estimated that almost half of the population is youth, a combination of factors contributes to compound a situation that has become a top political priority for the region. According to the ILO, on the youth employment on Africa, they write, in sub-Saharan Africa, unemployment rates remain relatively low as the vast majority of employable active youth cannot afford not to work. However, these youth regularly suffer from underemployment and lack of decent working conditions. Of the 38.1% estimated total working poor in sub-Saharan Africa, young people account for 23.5%. Young girls tend to be more disadvantaged than young men in access to work and experience worse working conditions than their male counterpart. And employment in the informal economy or formal employment is the norm. In North Africa, employment rates among a generally more educated labor force are quite high, 23.8% estimated in 2012, with a 3 percentage point increase between 2010 and 2011 and a steady increase since 2007, projected to remain high over the next 5 years. Unemployment can arguably be considered to be at the root of the Arab Spring uprisings. At the same time, labor force participation rates for women are the second lowest in the world, 33.4% in 2012, right after the Middle East. Informality is less marked than in sub-Saharan Africa, but still persistent. The history of insecurity in Africa associates high youth employment with the numerous situation of instability on the continent. This ranges from the conflicts that characterized Africa's security narrative in the early 1990s. Unemployment is a serious social and economic issue that results in a tremendous impact on everything but is often overlooked. A stronger system of assessing unemployment should be put in place in order to determine its causes and how to address it better.
Welcome back to the studio. We have been watching a documentary that was prepared talking about joblessness in Africa. And we have all heard of the seriousness of this challenge in the African society. So we will continue here with our discussion. We have youth in our societies. There are some societies we know that they are not very hardworking, and it has affected even their youth. They are not hardworking as well. Like at the coast of East Africa, it is said that they are very lazy. We can say, if that's proper. They are not working. What's your advice on those kind of people who are not engaged in the handwork?
Thank you very much. No doubt, unemployment period is not a favorable condition. However, if used or if utilized wisely, we can get fruitful outcome from it. So, you know, the Holy Prophet of Islam, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, once said there are two blessings which many of the people lose. One is health, second is free time. So people who are not working or who are not indulging in any kind of work, whether it's handwork or anything, so they are advised to do activities which will make them busy, because there is another saying which says an idle person is a friend of Satan. So if you have nothing to do, definitely you will come across different ideas, different bad ideas. So you might indulge in some of the activities which are not good. So you need to make yourself busy. So the best time you can engage yourself for free job training courses to improve and increase your skills, and this will come to benefit you in future. The second thing is that you have the privilege to spend more time in mosque. You can worship your Lord. You can ask Him for His help and show you the right path. You can read more books, as we are. This program is also for Ahmadi youth, Muslim youth, so they can read more and more Quran. You can make your connection more firm with the God Almighty, with the Jamaat, with the mosque, and as well as I said, a person who has nothing to do, who has free, idle, he might be a friend of Satan. So you can make your connection firm with your auxiliary organization. If you are a khadim, you can make yourself busy in doing different activities, different works in Khudam al-Ahmadiyya. So there are so many things to do while you are searching or you are looking for your job. But to sit freely, just thinking about your dream job or just thinking about a good job, no, I'm not going to do this job. I will earn only 100 shillings, or I will get a very small salary. So we should not, as I said, Rome was not built in a day. You have to start somewhere. Yes. Try to do small works, and these works will definitely pay off, will come to benefit you. So people, my advice to the youth who are waiting for their dream job, who are looking for their work, they have to indulge themselves in different activities. They have to make themselves busy in reading books, in worshiping God Almighty, in doing, now practicing different works, charity works. There are so many works to do. So they can be more active in activities or in works of the Jamaat Ahmadiyya. So they can be very helpful and handful for Jamaat as well.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Saibu. There is a, maybe I can say, option, or we are encouraged as youth that we should engage ourselves in entrepreneurship as a way of employing yourself so that you can earn something. What's your take on this, Sheshunda?
Yes, you know, there is many people who are not learned people. Yeah. Even some of them, they didn't go to the school that much, but they're employing people now. we can say that they use their given skills in them to do to start something, like Sheikh Saib said, to start something. Now we can say that in African language that they have blow, they're having money. So something, you have to be creative. You have to see those opportunities so that you can do something. We will listen about this further, that the Holy Prophet ﷺ was advising his companions to do some handwork. Some of them, they coming begging to him, and they told them that they have to take on their axes and they go to the bush and they cut firewood and come to sell in the city. Then after some time, they were able in financial. So we have to be creative how you are doing those things. You can sell tomato, and somebody also can sell tomato, but the way you are selling your tomato, that's matter. You can take some easy things, do something, but the way you are doing it, it can be extraordinary and get something from it. And also you have to be multifunction. You have to do many things, because we know that now life is somehow difficult, and also we are having responsibility in our religions and our families as well. You have to make yourself can say, to make yourself like a factor to do many things so that you can help other people also. We are known, we know many youth who started small things, and now they are employing people on those businesses. You have to think, you have to use your capabilities, and do something. You talk about coast youth or coast regions. I'm from coast as well. There the problem is that we are not used to the difficult handworks. So their youth are like this, that if today he earn 10,000 shillings, tomorrow he's not going to the work again. He's using those 10,000 and finish. But we have every day to make sure that you are getting income. This is make you go further and progress in your energy and financial capacity.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Shunda Saibwa, for that clarification. Right now we have a voice call from Maulana Ismail Ahmad Adusei from Ghana, who is going to speak about joblessness as he sees in his perspective. So let's go and listen.
Islam is a religion that encourages very much people to use their God-given abilities to benefit themselves and mankind as a whole. Likewise, it frowns upon anyone who, just out of laziness, would not want to use his God-given abilities to work. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, with his words and his deeds, have shown us that we should always strive as Muslims. For that matter, he teaches us a prayer that comes into a hadith, and out of that prayer, there is a portion that says that I seek refuge from God from laziness, al-bika min al-kasal. So we have to, as human beings, seek God's help not to become lazy and be overtaken by our human passions. Apart from that, the Holy Prophet ﷺ himself serves as a very good role model in this regard for all Muslims, such that even before he becoming a prophet, he used to go for business expeditions all the way to Syria. And prior to his commission as a prophet, we all read in history that he also engaged in selling the goods that belonged to Hazrat Khadija radiallahu anha. The companions as well were always working. Some of them had jobs that were quite white-collar jobs, and others had jobs that were otherwise. So some of them would rear cattle, some of them would rear camels, some of them would just gather firewood just to sell and get some money. So the perfect example of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam tells us that this is how a believer should live his life. And then again, he says in one hadith that al-yadul ulya khayrun min al-yad sufla, that the giving hand is more than the receiving hand. With this, let me quickly explain that in Islam encourages those who have to also share and spend out of what they have some portion for those who do not have and those who genuinely. But this is not in any way an encouragement for people who have the capacity to work, not to work. So in as much as it encourages those who have to spend on those who do not, it encourages also those who do not to do and strive and work for their own survival.
Welcome back. We have been listening to the voice call from Maulana Ismail Ahmadi Adusei from Ghana, who also spoke more or less the same thing we were speaking about in our discussion from the beginning about joblessness. But unfortunately, we have run out of time. So what's your conclusion or what's your advice to the youth of various African societies? What should they do? Sheshonda Sahib, let me begin with you.
For me, as an African, I can say that we have to do something. Even if you are not employed or there is no those chances to go and make something which you will be paid salary in the end of month or end of week, you have to do your own thing so that you can earn. To sit idle is very dangerous, very dangerous. Even our religion is discouraging this act.
Thank you very much, Sheshonda Sahib.
And my advice, and you can say, my advice to the youth is that the Holy Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, Al-Kasibu Habibullah, the one who works with his hand is the friend of God Almighty. So the youth, all the people, they should be friends of God Almighty, and they can be friends of God Almighty if they work, if they take pride in working. Because what is required is to take pride in whatever you do. That's where the success lies. When you start taking pride even in the small work, then success definitely will follow you.
Thank you very much, Sheshonda Sahib and Sheikh Asif Sahib, for that amount of knowledge you've poured in today about joblessness. And I hope that our viewers have grasped a point on our discussion. Until next time, when we will discuss another challenge facing the African society. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Rahmatul Alamin. Ya Rabbi salli ala nabika daiman fi hadhihi dunya wa ba'sin thani. Ya Rabbi salli ala nabika daiman في هذه الدنيا وباس ثاني.